Welcome back, DangItDallas family. So I love art. I do all kinds of things. I make crafts, I sculpt, I paint, I do graphic design on the computer. I like making like clothes a lot. I have a new bloopers hoodie that I just made. But sometimes I have this problem where it's really hard to just get inspired by art. Like, you really have to be into the project. It really has to be something that you want to see the finish of. So I had this idea to fix this problem where I'm just gonna make art of the most inspiring thing in this world, just my absolute most favorite thing in the entire universe. Me. Because you know, people always say to love yourself. I think this is the way to do it, right? This is what they're talking about. So I made this new art series. It's gonna be called Do Art Like Art Should. It's close enough. And so for today's video, I have some epoxy, and I also got off of Amazon this blank Funko Pop doll. Now, I've never done this before. I don't usually play with dolls. So we're gonna give it a shot today, see how it turns out. I'm gonna try and make a Funko Pop of myself. So here's this little guy. Not sure where to, I think I'm gonna start with the epoxy, make some like hair, probably give him some clothes. That would probably be appropriate. This epoxy stuff smells so bad. If you're at home trying to make a Funko Pop of your own, of me, then you just want to take equal parts of the epoxy and just knead them together for a good like 2 minutes, I think is what the package said. After you got it mixed together nice and good, you're just gonna let it sit a little bit because it's a little too sticky right now. It's not gonna be super great for trying to mold shapes. Those table moves. Okay, so now it's sat for a little bit. It's a lot less sticky, more moldable now. Oh, I just realized that I've never sculpted hair before, so this should be interesting. We'll see how it goes. So I watched about like half a tutorial on YouTube. If I remember correctly what he did, he just kind of did it one little section at a time. He put basically he made little balls and put them all over his head and just built up the hair a little bit at a time, making room for a part. Now I'm doing a bigger kind of ball up here on top on the front just because I have that bit of hair that kind of swoops up this way. Okay, so now when you have all the hair on, I'm just gonna be kind of smoothing out all of the parts that I mushed onto my head. Now I'm just smoothing this out with my finger. I don't really have any tools for clay. Okay, so now we've got it all smoothed out. We have kind of the basic shape formed for the hair. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to the clothes, let this dry a little bit more so I can add more of the finer details to the hair. Yeah. Oh no, I dropped him. My head's gonna be a little flat on the back. I'm having flashbacks from when I was a kid. Okay, so we've added clothes. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so now we're just gonna get some of the details in the hair. I did just grab a wire hanger that I cut. We're gonna use that as a tool, see how it goes. So what I'm kind of doing is just pressing down with the wire hanger along the hair, just making some like creases, dents in the hair. I don't know what to call it. Alright, so now you can see I really just added some texture to the hair. It is, I think, a little neater than I would like. My hair is a lot messier usually, so I'm just gonna add some kind of zigzagging, you know, crossover a little bit with the indentations, just to mess it up a little. Okay, so now that the hair's done, I'm gonna go in and kind of add some more details to the clothes on his body, and after that I think we'll be just about done. Maybe it's touch up a few things, or not done, sorry, but we'll have to wait for it to dry. So let me get a close up, kind of show you guys what I did. I didn't add a whole lot of detail, so yeah, there's his finished hair, and then clothes. I just kind of added pockets, some creases and things that I can paint. For the sleeves here, honestly, it was a mistake. I kind of just wanted to put like a cuff on it, like that. And so I squished it down and it kind of pushed the rest of the clay up, and so I kind of just accentuated those natural creases that it created with that, and just added some creases to the hoodie. It's a little rough right now, but I think after it dries, we can paint it and it'll be pretty sweet. Yeah, we'll come back in, I don't know how long this takes, a few hours or so. Which for me will be a long time, but for you guys, it'll probably happen like this. Oh, wait, continuity. There we go. Okay, so we're back with our pop doll. It is all dry now. So I did end up adding one more detail to this guy that you guys didn't see right before we started drawing last night, because I just wanted him to be that much more realistic. So there's... Alright, but in all seriousness, let's get to painting. So I'm not really sure what would be the best thing to paint with this. I'm just going to use some little acrylics that I have. I also don't have paintbrushes or anything. So I'm going to use some like Q-tips, maybe a paper towel. I would probably use real brushes if you're going to be doing what I'm doing. This should be pretty simple. I think the hardest part is going to be just finding the right colors. I mean, mixing them together and creating the right colors. Specifically, the main part, which is gonna be the skin color. Because I couldn't find like a ghostly white in my acrylic set. There's a titanium white. That could be pretty close. But so I'm gonna mix some burnt sienna and some of that titanium white. Probably a lot of titanium white. And we'll see what we end up with. All right, what do we got here? A little more white, a little more white. A little more white? Yeah, a little more white. Alright, how about this? I think that's a pretty good color. Definitely says I haven't gone outside for 3 years and the only light I get is from my vanity mirror. So we're just gonna start applying this to the entire face and hands. Also, pro tip, I say pro tip like I know what I'm doing. I would start with the lighter colors because in theory then if you get it onto the darker colored spots, they can just be painted over a lot easier. That's how it works out in my head, at least. Oh, this is not smoothing over well. Maybe it's because I'm using Q-tips? Nah, it can't be. So it turns out I had some actual brushes. I just had to look a little harder. Pro tip, don't try and use Q-tips. Alright, so I do have the skin and the hair done. I did the eyes as well. I need to touch them up a bit. Turns out it's hard to paint a perfect circle. Okay, so I did also draw the shoes on just so I would know where I was going to be painting the black and the white for the Converse. So for the jean jacket that I'm painting right now, all I have is like a primary blue. And so I mixed a little bit of white to give it a lighter color, and then just the tiniest bit of black, because a little bit of black goes a long way, boys. I say boys, but girls can do art too. It's just not as good. Oh, I'm out of white. Oh boy. Okay. We're gonna try this. Okay, and we'll just take the teeniest bit of black. Trying to get this heather gray color for my sleeves. I might just have to leave it with blank clay though. Alright, I think that should do it. Alright guys, so we're done. I did a lot of finer details with a toothpick and a lot of touching up because I hit a lot of other places with different colored paint. But let's get some close-ups. Well, overall, I think this was a success. So I guess I'll see you next time on the next Do Art Like Art Should. And yeah, that's all I got.